right. Another right. Going for a turnbuckle. Gilbert hits. Beautiful move.
And there goes Fergie. And Fergie was knocked down.
Both referees are down. Oh, went for a splash. They're all down.
He's got him pinned again.
Yes.
He's got him pinned again.
He's got him.
Why didn't he count?
Well, it's obvious he's down. He's out. When Rogers charged the turnbuckle, Gilbert pushed him up with his feet, and out came Fergie. Both referees are down. You want to talk about excitement? You've seen it right here.
And now on the outside.
Whoa, Casey Hyatt.
She just hammered him with that purse.
No, I think she's just saying hello.
No, she didn't say hello. You know better than that, Michael. She hammered him with the purse.
And the flying elbow. He did it. That flying elbow beats everybody.
And look at Gilbert.
Look at Sting is holding up to Bobby Flynn.
Hello again, everybody, and welcome to Universal Wrestling Federation. Another tremendous crowd here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. A capacity crowd here at the Tulsa Convention Center. Thanks very much for being with us. I'm Jim Ross. I'll be your host for the next 60 minutes. Michael Hayes will be our color analyst, ladies and gentlemen. And
the star of the show, the one that saves the show. If it wasn't for me, the show would be nothing with your helium face out here.
All right, well, speaking of faces, the last week, ladies and gentlemen, we saw just a footage just a few moments ago.
What an elbow by Eddie Gilbert. What an elbow, a patented elbow. He's used it to beat many people, and it worked again. Yeah. New champion.
Gucci should get credit for that victory, ladies and gentlemen. The Gucci bag of Missy Hyatt. Also, last week we saw what I thought was a very interesting video.
No, wait a minute. See, that's what ticked me off, you know? You think you're going to do something. You think you're going to fool the Freebirds. Let me tell you, you're not going to fool the Freebirds, man, okay? Now, I got upset last week. I'm still upset. But instead, me and my brothers had a little meeting, and we decided instead of taking this to lawyers and having lawsuits, that we'll just take care of this ourselves, okay? We'll be the judge. We'll make the verdict. We'll beat up Cowboy Bill Watts. And if I get my hands on that measly pencil neck geek, Joe Watts, I might just break your little neck.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, in this hour, we're going to see a very special feature from Dallas, from the Reunion Arena. We're going to have a new premiere video on Dr. Death and Ted DiBiase in this hour.
What, a eulogy? A premiere video? Right. What, a retirement video? They're gone, man. Where's DiBiase? DiBiase ran. He was the smartest one. He finally listened. He ran. Dr. Death's through, brother. It was a great career.
All right. Those editorial comments from Michael Hayes. Also, special matchup, Hacksaw Duggan versus Kamala, the big showdown. The one-man gang, ladies and gentlemen, his presence is more known now than ever. And we're also going to see a six-man tag match today, Michael. It's going to be tremendously exciting.
Well, sure it is. You know, they're talking about getting revenge. They got the Link. They got that dumb, broad, dark Journey with them. And let's just see if she can back up her mouth.
Well, we're talking about the Fantastics and the Missing Link against Missy Hyatt's trio of Hollywood John Tatum, Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert, and Sting. A whole lot more to talk about. We'll do it in the hour, but right now we've got action in the ring. Let's go to ring announcer Mike Wilson.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing first from Libya at 275 pounds, the Libyan. And introducing from New Jersey at 225 pounds, Jumping Joe Savoldi. This match, one fall or 10-minute time limit.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are, Universal Wrestling Federation. We were supposed to see Hacksaw Duggan against Terry Gordy today for the UWF heavyweight title, but thanks to Michael Hayes, and I will give you all the credit for that, that match will not happen this week.
What do you mean, hey, look, let me tell you something. You guys just do not go running around here making your own kind of laws, your own kind of rules. When you talk about Terry Bam Bam Gordy, you are talking about the premier, the Universal Heavyweight Champion. You just don't go out and say that there's going to be a match booked without consulting me and consulting the champion. Now, matter of fact, we're doing Duggan a favor. We're going to let him have one more week to go around sticking his thumb up in the air and stomping his feet, because next week, when he goes for the UWF title, he'll find out what it's all about.
That match will be next week.
Good back leg trip there. Good leg drop on the arm. Savoldi working that arm. And he's got the big man down the canvas, and that's exactly what you need to do when you're oversized and obviously overpowered, is keep him man down. Once he's down on the mat, they all become the same size.
Savoldi has been perpetual motion since the outset of this contest against, which is quite obviously a much larger man there, the Libyan. That camera shot of him.
That's a face only a mother could love.
Coming up, ladies and gentlemen, in just a few moments, that big showdown. The confrontation, who will be the kingpin, Hacksaw Duggan or Kamala? You'll see that match from the Sam Houston Coliseum in just a few moments on this program.
Whoa! Good arm twist and good kickoff by Savoldi. Both men back up to their feet. I'll tell you one thing about that showdown. As far as the guys in the dressing room were concerned, that was the one to tell the tale. Who was the guy?
The King of the Mountain. We're going to find out who it is.
Well, we know who the King of the Mountain is. It's the Universal Heavyweight Champion. But as far as Kamala and Jim Duggan, I think this tells the tale.
Test of strength here. Savoldi perhaps not as strong as the Libyan, simply just going by size. That doesn't always is the telltale factor, but
I think he's making a very bad mistake to try to outduel this guy on strength. He should have stayed with what was working at the beginning, and that was his speed. You can see the anguish in his face now. Whoa! Under-twisted it.
that was quite a surprise there. I was agreeing with you, Michael. Savoldi was great quickness.
Two good drop kicks. Good hip toss. Savoldi definitely knows his wrestling.
Jumping Joe. And the Libyan may want to refer to him as Jolting Joe as this match progresses. Savoldi looking very impressive here in his UWF debut.
Yes, he is, but look, the Libyan's still coming on strong. Man's got a lot of endurance. People wonder how a 275-pound man can keep going. It's training, baby. Nice open hand slap to the forehead. And he's got Savoldi rocking now. There's another one.
That was a fist.
No, that was the back of the hand, totally legal. You really need to watch a little bit closer, Jim Ross.
All right, I'll try to do that, Michael.
Good neck breaker.
Fine maneuver by the Libyan. He's really improving here on the UWF.
He sure has. He hooked that leg, but he should have hooked it a little tighter. Good neck breaker, had a good snap movement. Now there's a fist. And see, there's a forearm. That's the difference. And obviously that fist that Savoldi threw had no effect because the Libyan's still in control. Missed on the elbow. Flying body press. Could be it. Two. Nope. Not enough.
Savoldi was trying to hold the leg. He couldn't quite make it. And the Libyan powered out. He's a big, strong man. A lot of action in the hour, ladies and gentlemen. Terry Taylor will be with us.
Oh,
the big
deal.
The big six-man Terry Taylor, the UWF television champion.
Plus, yeah, you know who won't be with us? Ted DiBiase and Dr. Death.
They will be with us via video, however.
Via video, yeah.
I can't wait to see that.
Hey, you know what? I want Dr. Death just to know something, that we're not heartless. We'll get him a job as a PE coach or something. He must have majored in something out there in that college he went to. Now they're exchanging blows. Good left hand. I don't know, he might be exchanging with the wrong man. He's oversized, as we said before. Went for a turnbuckle, there's a reversal. Good move. Went for a power slam. There's a roll up. 1, 2, he got it. 3.
Jumpin' Joe Savoldi, ladies and gentlemen, with a victory here on the Universal Wrestling Federation. And we'll be back with that big matchup, the showdown. Hacksaw Duggan and Kamala next on the Universal Wrestling Federation. Thanks very much for staying with us, everybody. In just a few moments, we're going to travel to the legendary Sam Houston Coliseum in Houston, Texas, to see the battle, the final confrontation, Hacksaw Duggan and Kamala.
Well, you know the UWF goes everywhere. We're live here in Tulsa right now, Sam Houston Coliseum. You know the Superdome in New Orleans, Reunion Arena in Dallas. But like you said, all the wrestlers, the talk was, this was the showdown, this will decide it. And I think, as they say, action speaks louder than words. Let's roll the tape.
Duggan fighting back, but Kamala raking the eyes here at the Sam Houston Coliseum. Kamala now trying to take over on Hacksaw Jim Duggan. And it's been Duggan who has dominated this contest from the outset. But now Kamala with that, using his 409 pounds, standing on the injured ribs of Hacksaw Duggan. Kamala attempting to take over on the big man's from Glens Falls, New York. Talk in both dressing rooms is that this is the showdown. This is the final confrontation to see who is the better man. Hacksaw Duggan and Kamala have had a feud for a long, long time. This is the showdown. And Kamala, perhaps with the advantage at this point in time, with that bear hug around the injured ribs of Hacksaw Duggan, ladies and gentlemen. Duggan, I don't know how much more he can take. He is a fierce competitor. He was at Southern Methodist University and with the Atlanta Falcons. He doesn't know the word to give up. But Kamala is so strong, and Duggan trying to body slam Kamala. Kamala shutting him off. very few men have ever body slammed Kamala. And now Kamala, and that's Kamala's maneuver. The big splash, all 409 pounds. He's gonna, I don't know why he didn't pin him there. Now a big chop down there. Kamala had the big splash on Hacksaw Duggan. Referee Tommy Gilbert trying to communicate with Kamala. Akbar on the outside. Verbal barrage on the big Hacksaw. And Kamala, that savate-like kick to the injured ribs. But back comes Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Duggan with the right hand. But Kamala kicking him into the injured ribs. Hacksaw Duggan is in a very precarious position here against the 409-pounder. Remember, the brains behind Kamala is General Skandar Akbar. It's Akbar, the devious one. And Kamala goes to the corner, and Duggan very quickly moves out of the way. Hacksaw Duggan holding his injured ribs. You can see the pain on his face as Duggan fights back against Kamala. With Raitz and less, Hacksaw Duggan now trying to take over on the giant Ugandan. And Duggan has Kamala up, and he's holding 409 pounds. Look at this. Hacksaw Duggan with a body slam. Duggan with a vicious knee drop, and Kamala now is in deep trouble. A near fall, a 2 count. Duggan showing what he's made of, and it looks like Kamala's trying to quit. Kamala not fighting back now against Hacksaw Duggan, and Duggan with a clothesline. A vicious clothesline, and Hacksaw Duggan is manhandling the giant Ugandan savage. Duggan over to confront Skandar Akbar. Kamala trying to take a cheap shot, and Kamala with that poke to the eye. Kamala now finally fighting back as Duggan was completely devastating Kamala. Kamala with a body slam. And Akbar's holding Duggan's leg, but Duggan raises up and Kamala hits the mat. He doesn't hit Duggan. Akbar is brought into the ring very gingerly by Hacksaw Jim Duggan as Kamala trying to get to his feet. And Duggan slamming Akbar just like he did moments ago on Kamala. Akbar trying to hold Duggan. Duggan gets away. And it's Hacksaw Duggan with a spear on Kamala. Duggan's got Kamala down with a spear. And Duggan has beaten Hacksaw. Hacksaw Duggan has beaten Kamala right in the middle of the ring here at the Sam Houston Coliseum. What a phenomenal event, and we'll have new videos right after we come back. Jim Ross and Michael Hayes back with you, ladies and gentlemen, on the Universal Wrestling Federation. Michael P.S. Hayes, if that will make you happy, I'd like to try to go through one program where you stayed happy the majority of the time. Ladies and gentlemen, recently in the Reunion Arena, what a phenomenal crowd on the UWS debut in Dallas. A great crowd at the Metroplex.
It was a great crowd. Dallas was rocking and rolling. It was something to see. Those that weren't there, the few that got turned away, that's their own problems. You should have bought your tickets earlier. When the UWF comes to town, baby, you better be ready to get down, because we always are.
And now let's go to Joe Watts in that feature.
Oh, Joe Watts.
July 27, 1986, UWF Wrestling came into Dallas for the first time to the beautiful Reunion Arena. 7,000 fans showed up to support their favorites. Everyone I talked to was very excited about seeing the UWF stars.
Hacksaw Duggan, yeah, he's great, man. He's a wild man.
Said I like UWF wrestling. We like UWF wrestling the best.
UWF merchandise was in hot demand at the event. And, of course, there were a lot of hot dogs eaten. We can't wait to come back to the Metroplex. As a matter of fact, we're already preparing our next big spectacular. We'd like to thank the fans in Dallas for their support. And if you enjoyed our event as much as we enjoyed having you there, then we hope you can make it out to our next one. We here at the UWF realize that today's wrestling fan usually has a choice of events to attend. But we invite you to give us a try, because the UWF is a promotion that cares about the fans. From the obvious things like providing great wrestling talent in the matches that you want to see, to the little things like making sure that fans don't have to wait long periods of time in between matches. The UWF is doing everything it can to provide you with fun, affordable family entertainment in comfortable, clean facilities like the Reunion Arena.
You know, I'm glad that thing wasn't too long, because there was Joe Watts trying to claim credit for something that he didn't do, like he did with our video, and a mistake he made, and I'm glad he only ran his little mouth just a little bit on that thing, but it was a big thing, Reunion Arena.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, coming up now and momentarily, the premiere video. Joe Watts has produced this video, and Ted DiBiase and Steve Dr. Death Williams, Living in America. The legendary James Brown will provide the music.
Living in America. Living in a hospital and living on the run is what they're doing, man. And James Brown. You know, I could show James Brown how to moonwalk. I can dance better than James Brown. I can sing better than James Brown. Hey, man, you know, sometimes this stuff really ticks me off. Now, every woman out there, see, that's what bothers them. Their husbands, their fathers, they make them write them signs because the girls dream about me at night.
All right, Michael. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go now to that premiere video, Ted DiBiase and Dr. Death.
Introducing first from Vero Beach, Florida, the current UWF television champion, Terry Taylor. And from Dallas at 243 pounds, Jeff Raitz. This match, one fall or 10-minute time limit.
You know, I don't know who this Jeff Raitz is, but I know one thing. Terry Taylor should not be the TV champion. Everybody knows that it should be Buddy. Buddy's been ripped off of it twice.
Well, you're not going to get me to agree with that situation.
I don't care if you
I
agree
know
or
you
not.
don't. I know that. But I just like the video, Michael. Pretty good video, huh?
Pretty good video.
I thought it was
For
great.
what? A eulogy. They're gone.
Well, they thumped some serious gourd in their day.
Hey, they did. Hey, I give credit where credit was due, but their day is over.
And they will again. I don't believe that. I'm disagreeing politely with you. They will be back.
All right, here we go. Side headlock by Taylor. Raitz takes him into the rope. Clean break.
This young man from Dallas, Texas.
Fine built guy.
Sure is. Terry Taylor, the UWF television champion. He has
Arm twist and reverse.
Several
kickoff.
matches signed. Terry Taylor with some top challengers for that television title. And Michael, we all know why they're gunning for the TV title in this federation.
Of course, what everybody's gunning for is the chance at that UWF Heavyweight Championship, and the man with the TV title is #1 in line. You know, and if things was right, it would really be Buddy who would be #1 in line.
Well, Buddy will get his chance again, I'm sure, to step in the ring with Terry Taylor. Terry won't certainly back down from him, I don't think. He hasn't.
As Buddy says, I question Terry Taylor's masculinity. Side headlock by Raitz, and he's got the champion going right now. Push off into the ropes. Hip toss by Taylor. Arm drag. Thought I might have seen a little hair pull in there. Not quite sure. Surely wouldn't doubt it.
Well, I don't think so, Michael. It looked like a very legitimate arm drag to me, perfectly executed.
There's arm
twist. But we'll
twist.
keep an eye on it.
Good reversals, and another one. Now to a hammerlock. Excuse me, top wrist lock. Here's the test of strength. And there it was. Raitz was the stronger man.
Looked like a little hair to me there that time.
See, you're way off, Ross. You are really way. Now look at that. What's the referee grabbing his hair for? Guy legitimately used his strength, took Terry Taylor down. Oh, of course, there's Taylor threatening to hit him. And there's Taylor in the hair, see?
He didn't pull his hair, he took him over. Terry Taylor and Jeff Raitz here, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget now, still in the hour, the big 6-man confrontation. And Dark Journey and Missy Hyatt will both be at ringside for that battle.
Good turnbuckle or some good forearms. Whoa, he caught that boot. Right up under the chin. Could have almost been in the throat. Taylor going for a suplex here. He sets him up high. Vertical suplex could be it. Nope, he wants to be cute. Instead of going for the pin. Ooh, good knee drop right across that forehead. That might have drew blood.
Terry Taylor is dominating this young man from Dallas, Texas.
Aha. Went for a reversal. Taylor's experience showed up. Kid went for a drop kick, and Taylor stepped right out of the way.
Ooh!
What a forearm.
He didn't step out of the way of that one, though.
That's it.
That's a 5-arm, ladies and gentlemen. That is a 5-arm. What a tremendous victory, Terry Taylor.
Well, I'll tell you what, it might have been a good victory against Jeff Raitz, but Jeff Raitz is not no Buddy Roberts. He ain't no free bird. And as far as I'm concerned, the whole thing to me
Michael,
is that Buddy Roberts.
You're getting ready to have some company here, Michael. Because there's Ted DiBiase right here. Now wait, we're not going to have any darn fighting on the podium. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back.
Now, Jim Ross, I'm going to be your color commentator, and I'll tell you just how it is.
That's fine with me, ladies and gentlemen. We went to the commercial break because I already know exactly how it is up here on this podium. That's not the place to fight, and I'm not belittling Ted DiBiase or Michael Hayes as far as that part's concerned. But we did keep the cameras rolling, and I will apologize for a couple of remarks that I made during that, but be that as it may, let's now see Ted. Ted, watch the monitor with us. Let's see what happened. Boy, they're just beating the hell out of each other on the stairs. They're all over the... DiBiase just knocked the hell out of Hayes. Are we recording? What? Hayes has left. Woo! Well, there it is. We kept the cameras rolling. I apologize for a couple of my remarks there, ladies and gentlemen. I know we're recording there, but...
Well, Jim, I just gave you and everybody at home an opportunity to see Michael Hayes do what he does best. I didn't jump him from behind. I walked right out here. I looked him right in the eye, and when it was all said and done, all you saw was what you usually see, his backside heading for the door.
Michael Hayes and Ted DiBiase, that tremendous confrontation that we'll talk on as this hour progresses. But right now, let's go to ring announcer Mike Wilson.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing first from Havana, Cuba, at 239 pounds, Gustavo Mendoza. Introducing his opponent from Austin, Texas, at 225 pounds, Bobby Perez. This match, one fall or 10-minute time limit.
There you take a look just moments ago of newcomer Bobby Perez here on the Universal Wrestling Federation. Gustavo Mendoza will be his opponent. Jim Ross and Ted DiBiase with you, ladies and gentlemen, here at the Tulsa Convention Center. Another tremendous crowd, and what a confrontation. And, you know, I didn't want to sound Michael with any disrespect, or Teddy with any disrespect with you and Michael, but I'm glad if you're going to fight, this is not the place to do it. But I know things get out of hand, and your emotions sometimes carry everybody to a certain limit.
My emotions are going wild, Jim Ross. You know, Hayes has been sitting out here, and he's been lying and lying and lying to you and everybody else sitting at home watching this program. Number one, he's told everybody that Dr. Death Steve Williams, my partner, my friend, he's injured, his career's over, he's gone. Wrong. As a matter of fact, Doc's training right now, and he should be ready to go within a couple of weeks. And the other thing, Hayes, he's told everybody that I just ran off, that I'm running scared, that I just left. Well, Michael Hayes, let me tell you something, because I know you're hiding somewhere listening to me. I might be a lot of things, but I'm not scared, especially of a long blonde-haired sissy like you. I'll tell you where I've been, Jim Ross. I've been with my friend. I've been with my partner, Steve, Dr. Death Williams. He got injured. He got injured the same way by the same three Freebirds that I was injured back in Atlanta, Georgia in 1981. And he did it trying to help me, trying to help his partner. So I did the only thing I could do as his true friend. So I stepped aside of the wrestling, and I went to be with him, and I've been with him constantly. Doc is training. You know what they say about a wounded animal. He's dangerous. But this is worth, Hayes, and I want you to listen. It's worth because the injury's healing. And he's thought daily of nothing but you. The injury's healing, and he's coming back. We're coming back strong.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll touch on that, Teddy, as I said, as the hour progresses here. Bobby Perez and Gustavo Mendoza here on the Universal Wrestling Federation. Mendoza may not have the most sparkling one-loss record in wrestling, but he is a double-tough customer in any event. And Mendoza with young Bobby Perez. Perez from Austin, Texas. This is his Universal Wrestling Federation debut. Mendoza with a body slam. And that's all. Gustavo Mendoza with a victory, a very clean-cut victory. And ladies and gentlemen, Ted DiBiase and I will be right back. And we've got six-man tag team action when we return. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the music is playing for the Fantastics. Their partner will be the Missing Link. The third man in that, Eddie Gilbert interrupted Mike Wilson. Sting, and listen to this, tremendous. A thunderous ovation for the four individuals coming to the ring. The Fantastics, the former UWF Tag Team Champions. And Dark Journey, there you see her, and the Missing Link making his way to the ring as well. What a phenomenal crowd at this television taping in Tulsa. The Universal Wrestling Federation going worldwide. National tours being set up. We're on your way to your city with the Universal Wrestling Federation. We think it's the finest in the land. There you see Eddie Gilbert and Sting along with Missy Hyatt. The Missing Link. Boy, what a showdown this is going to be, Ted DiBiase. Six-man tag team action. The girls are moving to ringside. Look at the Missing Link. I don't know what these kids and these fans, he's never been that close to the fans.
I don't know what to think about him. I guess nobody does. He's quite an offensive weapon. It's hard to defend against him because he's totally unpredictable. You never know what he's going to do, and I'm not sure he does.
We're going to have a special feature next week, ladies and gentlemen, with Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert, Missy Hyatt, and company. And I'm very excited about doing that this upcoming week. That should be a lot of fun, and it'll certainly be unpredictable, Ted. You know, I understand that John Tatum is not too excited about this merger.
I've been watching closely, Jim, and what I understand, Tatum isn't too excited about the merger because now that the merger's taking place, Missy Hyatt is dividing her attention. Not paying so close attention to him, but dividing her attention with the other members of that group and a little hot under the collar, what I understand.
Yeah, I heard that rumor. They deny it, but that's what I heard. That Gucci bag there, ladies and gentlemen, there's a Missing Link. Oh, what a specimen he is. You talk about unorthodox. His elevator may not go all the way to the top, but I don't really think it matters. Bobby Fulton waving to this tremendous crowd. The very beautiful Dark Journey in the ring. Oh, this is the Universal Wrestling Federation at its finest. And the finals will be in Mississippi this coming week in Biloxi, Natchez, Jackson, and Greenville. We'll be in Arkansas, the great state of Arkansas, and Hope, Russellville, and Hot Springs.
Dark Journey with the missing link and the Fantastics, Tommy Rogers and Bobby Fulton. This match, 1 fall of television time remaining.
That Gucci, that designer bag, the handbag that is being carried by Missy Hyatt, in my opinion, was the deciding factor in the UWF Tag Team Championship belts. There it is.
Jim Ross, I wasn't here, but I was watching close. I saw the whole thing, and I have to agree with you. I'm sure from what I saw that there was something loaded in that bag, and you know as well as I do, and I know about loading things up, and what the effect of them are.
Yeah. Oh, this is a tremendous crowd, ladies and gentlemen. And there goes Hollywood John. This thing's breaking loose right here. And with the match is underway, double drop kicking, hot stuff Eddie Gilbert. Onto the apron, there's the missing link. Running John Tatum right back to the steel ring post. And there's the hardest hit in wrestling, and Tatum goes up, out, and over the top rail. All the way to concrete floor. The Fantastics said they were going to be ready, and they are.
Eddie Gilbert stuck between a rock and a hard place.
Oh!
He's just find a place to hide. Fantastic. What a phenomenal team, Jim. They work so well together. Right now, all 3 of them are working well together.
And Missy is going to have to do a little regrouping there. She's frustrated. But look at who's standing in the ring, and this phenomenal crowd, this enthusiastic crowd in Tulsa, roaring their approval as the missing link was banging his head. The Fantastics flying all over the ring, and poor John, he is heartbroken and upset, and perhaps he has a reason to be. Now, I'll tell you the one I feel for in this situation right now is Carl Fergie. How's he going to keep control of this
I'll tell you what,
thing?
Jim Ross, those 6-man tag team matches, you might as well call them Battle Royal, because the referee needs to have eyes in the back of it as well.
As I was mentioning, ladies and gentlemen, this week we'll be in the great state of Mississippi, in Biloxi and Natchez, Jackson and Greenville, over in Arkansas, the land of opportunity, and Hope and Russellville, and Hot Springs. Big benefit coming up in Colcord, Oklahoma for the civil defense. And we want to welcome 2 new affiliates, KOAT Channel 7, the leading station in New Mexico, that big station in Albuquerque, and KFDX Channel 3, the great NBC affiliate in Wichita Falls, Texas. And Hollywood John needs to make the tag, quite obviously, and he has had a lot of misfortune since he came to the ring moments ago, and that right hand connected. They're using the missing link's head just like a battering ram, Teddy. They say he's got the hardest head in wrestling.
From what I've seen, I can't disagree. Seen him hit that head right up against the ring post and just look the other way.
Dark Journey's happy. I know she'd be a lot happier if she could get the lady in pink. Just get her hands on her for just a little while.
I'm sure.
I don't think Missy's made right. I don't know if she has the right stuff to hang long in the fight.
I don't know, Dark Journey, you know, she's been around the block, and she's come up the hard way, and Mrs. Hyatt looks like she's been used to having things kind of handed to her on a silver platter. I think you're right, Jim. She definitely have her hands full.
Oh! Gilbert is on Green Street. Hot stuff Eddie Gilbert is being battered from pillar to post, and Fulton, the legal man in the ring.
Crowd's loving it, Jim Ross.
It's deafening here in Tulsa, ladies and gentlemen.
You know that the Fantastics have got some frustration built up in them. They've got dues to pay.
Side headlock by the 270-pounder, and he is rock hard. He's Sting. He's a phenomenal athlete, and he has that side headlock. This crowd, they're into it. I guarantee you, we thank the people for watching us on television, inviting us into your home. We sincerely appreciate it. But ladies and gentlemen, there's nothing like being at the arena live. The matches I mentioned, the matches coming to your area, don't miss it. Bring the family out. The missing link the human battering ram, and Sting feels that hard head.
Cast iron body looks like it's turning to apple butter there, Jim Ross.
Well, Gilbert with a cheap shot right to the kidney area, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to have to take a commercial timeout here in a few moments. Clothesline by Sting. And now they're working over on Bobby Fulton.
Now that Fulton's down, Tatum seems to be full of enthusiasm. Not quite like it was a couple minutes ago.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take this opportunity to take a commercial timeout. We've been notified by the station. We've got to take this break. We'll be right back with more UWF action. Don't go away.
Bobby Fulton's in a bad way right now, Jim, but don't count him out. This guy's got more guts and more fortitude than a lot of guys I've seen come down the pike. He's not a quitter.
An awesome maneuver there by Hot Step Eddie Gilbert, that clothesline, but Fulton kicks out. He's certainly not a quitter. Now the Hammer, the big man of the trio, Sting in the ring, and Sting with that bear hug, and he is a powerful man.
I've been in that bear hug before, Jim Ross. That's like a vice grip. He's an extremely strong man.
Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, right here next week, right here on this program, the Universal Wrestling Federation Heavyweight Championship on the line. Terry Bam Bam Gordy against the Saw from Glens Falls. Hacksaw Jim Duggan, one-on-one, the goal on the line.
You can be bet I'll be paying particularly close attention to that, Jim.
There's a tag now. Fulton's got to get to that tag, Teddy, and Tatum is the fresh man in the ring. I want to say this, that the Hyatt's trio have...
Sunset flip.
They've competed well, and now into the ropes there. I didn't see a tag. Was there a tag there?
I didn't see one, Jim.
Apparently there was a tag there out of the camera angle. I'm sure there was. Fergie standing right there. In any event, Fulton is in dire straits here in this six-man encounter. Ooh!
Both men down.
They both connected. Look at Gilbert's head is lacerated. Gilbert's bleeding from the forehead.
Bobby's fighting, they make that tag.
And there's the tag!
He's got the tag.
The tag was made! The missing link's in! The link with that headbutt! Fergie's trying to restore order, but it's breaking down in Tulsa. The link catches Tatum! There's that link power slam! Oh, it's breaking loose here. Missy Hyatt's over there in the corner. She's got the links flipped.
See that, Jimmy?
Dark Journey's going after Missy Hyatt. The referee's got Dark Journey. And look at Hyatt's got that darn bag in the ring. She's got that purse.
Stay away from that bag.
Oh! Eddie Gilbert got it.
Gilbert's down.
Rogers with the elbow.
Backfired on. Could be the 3 count. That's a Jim.
What a tremendous victory. The purse, it backfired. Yes, sir, the Fantastic with a great victory, along with a missing link and Dark Journey here in the Universal Wrestling Federation. The purse, it backfired on the trio of Tatum, Gilbert, and Sting, ladies and gentlemen. It's still going on here in the UWF.
Like they say, Jim, what goes around comes around.
What an hour we've had here on the Universal Wrestling Federation. The people love it, and next week we're going to be right back with Terry Gordy and Hacksaw Duggan for the UWF title. We'll have that special feature on Missy Hyatt and Hot Step Eddie Gilbert. Big events coming all through the area. What an hour it's been. Our thanks to Ted DiBiase.
Thank you, Jim Ross.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Universal Wrestling Federation, we had just these few moments. Missy doesn't like it. John Tatum doesn't like it. But in any event, Eddie Gilbert's been battered around. We're going to be back next week with a tremendous hour. For Ted DiBiase, I'm Jim Ross. We'll see you next week on the Universal Wrestling Federation.
Every girl crazy about a shark-ass man.